Today on Fox News at 4, plans for a new transportation service hitting a roadblock. Now the guy behind it is considering leaving town. Why the proposal was shut down and what it could mean for entrepreneurs everywhere.
Plus, the House passing a funding bill to end the government shutdown, but it was a close vote, and it's only a temporary solution. We'll explain what this patch means for you.
On this vote, the yeas are 2.
And after a beautiful and pleasant day today, rain moves in tonight. We'll check the chances in your forecast.
First on the Gulf Coast with breaking news and weather. Fox 10 News starts now.
Well, hey there, and thank you for looking in. It's Tuesday. I'm Shelby Myers.
I'm Lenny Slagan, and welcome to Fox 10 News at 4.
We're going to start today with breaking news. The House approving a funding package on bringing the partial government shutdown to an end. The vote was 217 to 214. 21 Republicans and 193 Democrats voted no.
And so the bill is going to fund a vast majority of the government for the budget year ending September 30th. However, funding for the Department of Homeland Security will be short-term until February 13th.
Lawmakers are still negotiating possible changes to the agency as criticism grows against immigration and customs enforcement. The bill now heads to the president's desk for Trump to sign and formally end the shutdown, which began Saturday. All right, we are switching from politics to the forecast. The House may have cleared a funding bill, and it looks like the skies, they're clearing up for us, too.
Yeah, the weather is certainly better. Not nearly as cool as actually pleasant outside. Let's get your forecast with our chief meteorologist, Jason Smith. You know, guys, as I was coming in, parked my car, got out, walking in, and a bee flew right into my car and it hung out on the dashboard.
Spring? Is that you?
So it's warm enough for that.
Right.
And I know the question is, did I leave it in there or get it out?
Right. I don't know.
I think you got it out.
I think I might need your help, Jason.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Jason to the rescue.
Well, I can probably handle a bee. So the forecast does look to be a little different for us. I know it was beautiful out there today, but we do have some changes on the way. 67 degrees is our current temperature. Winds out of the south-southwest at 9. And we are looking at warm weather, but there are going to be some showers working into the picture for us as we head into tonight. And here's a look at that outlook. You can see the rain's going to start moving in as we get into the overnight hours tonight. Got a real good shot at rain tonight at 80%. So things will start happening with the showers. And here is our futurecast. Already some light showers possible to the north and west, but as we go through the afternoon, by 5 o'clock, still the rain kind of knocking on our doorstep a little bit. I think we'll be rain free for the early evening in Mobile. You can see the clouds increasing, showers for the inland areas by 7 p.m. And then overnight tonight, the rain begins to spread in. That's 9 o'clock right there on the futurecast. And you can see the showers starting to develop, and they'll continue to track across our area tonight and through tomorrow morning at daybreak or just before 5 a.m. Showers could pick up a quick half-inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch of rain in a few spots. That rain's going to be over towards Pensacola by 7 a.m. and we still could have some wet streets for that morning drive tomorrow. So get ready. Rain is on the way for the Gulf Coast, but behind it, the air will be a little bit cooler for a couple of days. Then we rebound and see more pleasant weather. I'll have your Mardi Gras forecast coming up.
All right, thank you, Jason. Mobile City Council members shut down a plan for a new golf cart transportation service.
Jim Walker proposed the service using golf carts similar to what Mob City Rides does, but he did not get a single vote from the council. Fox 10's Brendan Kirby has more on this.
All right, Brendan, talk about it.
Well, Lenny and Shelby, council members didn't say anything before voting, but the owner of Mob City Rides told council members last week that there simply isn't enough business to support two companies. Jim Walker says that he spent about $70,000 to buy surplus golf carts from the Dallas Cowboys, which had used the vehicles in the stadium's parking lot. Walker says that Zed LLC was a way to revive a trolley service that his family ran a couple decades ago during Art Walk. Mobile City Council member Ben Reynolds says his objection had nothing to do with competition for Mob City Rides. Instead, he says that he was troubled by Walker's plan to hire ex-felons.
What happens when something negative happens in the city? Who are they going to be looking at? They're going to be looking at us saying, hey, hold on, you let these folks come out here and operate.
It's just the same thing they always do. I was just going to hire nonviolent people that have made a mistake. I mean, this system's so loaded. I mean, the state of Alabama just crucifies everybody.
Under the law, Walker needed what's known as a certificate of public convenience. Asked if he plans to try again down the road, Walker says he's thinking of moving away from Mobile. Reporting live in the News Center, Brendan Kirby, Fox 10 News.
All right, Brendan, thank you. Democrats continue to push back on a bill that would make the death penalty an option for certain child sex abuse crimes. Today, it passed the Senate Judiciary Committee, and it is well on its way to the full Senate chamber. Alabama political correspondent Jessica Umbro is joining us live outside the State House. Jessica, why is this bill such a sticking point for both parties?
Well, there is some disagreement from some Democrats and Republicans on what is considered to be the harshest punishment for these convicted child sex abusers. Now, Republicans have been really insistent, saying that the death penalty is what's warranted here, but some Democrats have said they feel that life without parole is the option that would really be the harshest, and they really are persistent on that. Right now, the charges of rape and sodomy in the first degree are Class A felonies. That means that they have a minimum sentence of 10 years in prison. House Bill 41 would do two things. First, it would give the option of the death penalty as punishment for these crimes. It's not mandatory, but it would also set a minimum 30 years in prison for those who are convicted of first-degree rape, sodomy, or sexual torture, who are sentenced to life in prison. That's before they have any type of opportunity to get out.
See, I am pro-life for every human being, no matter what the circumstances, and I happen to think that the worst penalty is to let them sit there in that jail and rot.
We are very excited about the progress of this bill. I hope it continues to move forward at this pace. Based on the issues that happened within my district, I will be committed to helping move this bill forward any way that I need to.
Now, I'm actually having to join you from inside the State House today. You probably noticed the background's a little bit different. That's because there were some technical issues. The House of Representatives actually were in recess for about 2 hours because they're little voting boxes. So where you see the yes, no's, abstains, that was broken. So they went into a recess. They came back around 3, and the Senate is still meeting. So it's certainly a late day here for a lot of lawmakers. We're not expecting to see House Bill 41 be in the Senate chamber today, but because it passed the Senate Judiciary Committee, we could see it at any point in the future. Live at the State House, Jessica Umbro, Fox 10 News.
All right, Jessica, and I'm sure they'll get that worked out. House Bill 41 would take effect October 1st if it passes. However, it would not be able to be used on crimes that happened before that date.
All right, check this out. Crews spending the day relocating a historic live oak tree in Point Clear. It's all part of construction for the new Point Clear Club. It'll be a private country club, which will feature a golf course, a clubhouse, and a pool, among other amenities. A unique part of the project includes moving 5 100-plus-year-old live oak trees from where the golf course will be built. Crews already moved one of the trees last week and got to work on moving the second one this afternoon. Developers say the trees are a part of history, so it was important to them to find a way to preserve it instead of just cutting them down.
The history of these trees, they're 100, 125-year-old trees. Can't ever get them back in our lifetime. Could plant them this year and none of us would ever see them. So, I mean, it's really important to us to keep the history of these trees on the property.
And the video of them moving that tree behind him is pretty impressive. Coming up on Fox News at 5, we're going to tell you how they're doing this and when the Point Clear Club is expected to be finished.
All right, taking a look out there right now with our Hampton Inn camera. Traffic is moving along well. Beautiful afternoon. We had a wonderfully sunny day across the area today, but we are looking at a pretty high volume of traffic going on in the area, but no major delays in Mobile. The Wallace Tunnel looks great. We do not see any problems on I-65 north and southbound. I-10 across the bay looking fine today. And checking out Pensacola, everything looks as it should. We've got a lot of traffic going on out there, especially as you get up here towards alternate 90 and down here near Gulf Breeze coming off the 3 Mile Bridge. Also, the Pensacola Bay Bridge looking good right now, and it looks fine on I-10. We'll have another update as we get closer to the 5 o'clock rush hour.
Well, happening right now, Today Show host Savannah Guthrie is asking for prayers. The search for her mother continues.
Yeah, such a bizarre and sad story that so many people are talking about.
Yeah,
Lenise.
she's 80 plus years of age, and right now the search to find her is desperate.
Absolutely, and investigators believe Nancy Guthrie was abducted from her Arizona home over the weekend.
Police say time is of the essence, especially since Guthrie is without crucial daily medication. Let's go to Michael Yoshida.
An urgent search for Nancy Guthrie, the 84-year-old mother of Today Show anchor Savannah Guthrie.
It is our belief she was removed from that home against her will.
The LA Times reporting authorities found blood inside Nancy Guthrie's Tucson home. That according to 2 law enforcement sources who are not authorized to discuss the case publicly. The report did not detail whose blood it was or where in the house it was found. But the Pima County Sheriff did say law enforcement found a, quote, very concerning scene, and that Guthrie is without crucial daily medications.
We're racing the clock here. Her meds are important, and the family has told us 24 hours without those meds could be fatal.
Nancy Guthrie was last seen by her family Saturday night. When she did not show up to church Sunday morning, relatives went to her home and then called 911 around noon to report her missing. Local and federal investigators are now part of the effort to find her. Community members also helping too.
I'm going to go do my part and see what I can find. If something happened to my mom, I don't want as many people out here trying to help me find her.
Today Show anchor Savannah Guthrie, who traveled to Tucson, is posting about the search for her mother, writing on Instagram in part, "Raise your prayers with us and believe with us that she will be lifted by them in this very moment. We need you. Bring her home." Michael Yoshida reporting.
Ahead on Fox News at 4, it's easy, convenient, and cost-effective. And while tempting, filing your taxes with the help of AI might not be the best way to go. I'll explain. Stay close for yourdaily.com. Also, some wild near-miss crashes underscore a crucial lesson. And a lightning-fast mouse on a wheel goes full send and then viral. That'll be in today's Take a Look at This. But first, let's take a live look outside. Look at that beach, the waves hitting the shore, sunny skies on this Tuesday, which apparently for many employees is the most productive day of the working week. Here's your fun fact.
An important story with more details and more angles.
In Depth with Sarah Wall, mornings at 9 on the
People are using artificial intelligence more and more to help with everyday tasks at home and at work. If you're planning on using it to file your tax returns, though, some experts are warning against that, citing inaccuracy and privacy concerns.
The 2026 tax filing season is here and open. Some people might be debating whether they should use artificial intelligence to help file those taxes.
If you've got recipes you want, you can get them way, way faster in Copilot or in ChatGPT. Now, with respect to taxes, that's a different story.
Ed Jenkins, a professional of practice in accounting at Penn State University, is cautioning consumers that AI tools are more likely to make mistakes on returns. And to the untrained eye, it might be hard to catch them.
Without the collective wisdom of the tax professional there to make sure it's right and to check everything, I'm not really comfortable that I can say there's a high success rate that an AI tool off the internet is going to be able to accurately, calculate your taxes.
When it comes to your privacy, that might also be at risk, since most AI tools learn from interactions with other users. Jenkins raises concerns of the potential sharing of sensitive information. He's calling for regulations when using the tools to protect consumers.
If we don't know what information the tool is sharing or learning about you, then we don't know whether or not your privacy and confidentiality is being respected in accordance with the law.
And if you're looking for some old-fashioned help, online tax prep softwares, including those through the IRS, can guide you for free.
And keep in mind, there are all types of online options, from TurboTax to H&R Block, Cash App, when it comes to filing your taxes. Most of them are free, but they don't offer expert help unless you pay extra.
All right, taking a look downtown right now to the south. We've got blue skies in that direction, clouds back to the north and west. And you can't tell by looking at that shot here with our all-in credit union camera, but there are some rain showers that are on the way. They're already knocking on the doorstep of our inland areas. They're running into a little bit of dry air and a little bit more stable air initially, but it won't last much longer. It won't be long, and the showers should start to break out. The thicker clouds starting to pull into Clark County and Washington County. Still partly cloudy here in Mobile County. We've had a beautiful sunny day all the way across the Panhandle today. Fantastic temperatures, but these are the very initial light showers trying to move into Clark County, also into northwest Greene County, and more of this will happen overnight tonight, a lot of it while you're asleep, but I do expect some rain showers tomorrow. And checking it out by dinner time and into the mid to late evening, the showers will begin to spread into the area. They're going to be light initially, but I expect there to be plenty to track at 10 p.m. By midnight, showers throughout the area. The more significant rain will start to move in just before daybreak, and this is showing around 5 a.m. Pretty good band of rain from Leakesville to Jackson, and then at 10 a.m. still some leftover showers in the area. We are hopeful that the rest of the day tomorrow will be clear, but I expect you will wake up to wet streets and rain outside tomorrow morning. By the afternoon, we clear, and it will turn a little colder behind this front. It's just a temporary setback, and we'll be pretty close to where we are now with our temperatures again by the weekend. It's 65 degrees. Wonderful weather right now. We did hit 70 in Leakesville today. We've been a little warmer than that 65 earlier in Mobile. It's 68 in Gulf Shores right now and 68 in Evergreen. What a difference after being in the teens and low 20s over the weekend. Tomorrow morning's rain chance is 70%, mainly in the morning, a high of 60 degrees. It'll be colder behind that rain. And we'll have a couple of nights where we're going to get down around freezing, but 32 is tolerable compared to what we've seen. And 52, kind of struggling with our temperatures on Thursday, needing the heavier jackets again. But by Friday, we're back in the mid 60s. And look at the forecast. We've got a lot of Mardi Gras parades coming up, starting with the polka dots on your Thursday evening. And it looks like the weather's going to be very cooperative. And the main issue is that we don't want to have rain on the parades. And it looks like will be sunny through the weekend. The afternoons will be nice for the day parades, and the nights will be cool. And next week, we continue to hold that pattern with highs around 70 on Monday and Tuesday with only a few spotty showers.
All right, Jason, thank you. A pair of nail-biting near misses caught on camera are reminding drivers that slow down and move over isn't just a catchy cautionary phrase. In many places, it is the law. Jeremy Roth has today's Take a Look at This.
A pair of crazy caught-on-cam close calls underscore the perils of winter weather driving and how important it is to slow down and move over. In Tennessee, a highway patrol trooper had pulled over one speeding vehicle when another plowed into the parked patrol unit, nearly pinning the trooper between the stopped car and the guardrail. He was able to narrowly avoid serious injury, but the vehicles involved were in bad shape, a situation that might have been avoided if the driver had slowed down and moved over. In Nebraska, the state patrol says troopers were dealing with stranded motorists when an out-of-control car careened through the scene and struck the stopped vehicle, sending troopers diving for safety. No injuries were reported, and the patrol said slick conditions contributed to the incident, but still reminded viewers to slow down and move over. Are we seeing a pattern here? Hey, it keeps happening, so I'm going to keep on saying it. Over in rural Virginia, no amount of slowing down or moving over was enough to keep an escaped kangaroo from obstructing traffic, which begs the question, what in the Sam Hill is a kangaroo doing in rural Virginia? Well, however it ended up there, the Nelson County Sheriff's Office says it got loose, made its way onto a busy road, and sustained minor injuries before deputies corralled it and got it back to its owner. The animal is expected to make a full recovery. Finally, how this Florida mouse was able to recover after going full throttle on a wheel at the Brevard Zoo is beyond me. The zoo shared the Dinky Daredevil's dizzying daring do on Facebook, saying the video wasn't sped up. The mouse is just that fast. It's certainly impressive, but in the interest of today's theme, if it were me, I'd slow down and move over. And probably barf. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
All right, get ready. A sequel in spring? Groundbreaking. We're talking about the latest trailer for this highly anticipated sequel in your entertainment news next.
Lexus of Mobile. is proud to sponsor the Fox 10 Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, for liberty and justice for all.
The Fox 10 Pledge of Allegiance, sponsored by Lexus.
Call to see if your case is worth more.
Call 251-444-7.
I was talking about this morning with Lee. It is one of the most anticipated movies of the year.
Yes, it is. A new trailer for The Devil Wears Prada 2 is now out. 20th Century Studios releasing the clip.
Yeah, Devil Wears Prada was a huge hit when it first came out 20 years ago. I can't believe it was 20. It couldn't have been 20 years ago. The movie made more than $300 million at the box office globally.
About half a dozen of the movie's biggest stars, including Meryl Streep, Emily Blunt, Anne Hathaway, they're going to reprise their roles. The movie's director, David Frankel, also is returning.
So the new movie is following Meryl's character, the Runway magazine editor-in-chief, Miranda Presley, as she deals with the decline of print journalism. The Devil Wears Prada 2 coming out May 1st. So a good friend of mine, Allie, I'm shocked that it was 20 years ago because she must have been 10. But we're all going to go see it. And we've been sharing the clips. It's so funny. Have you seen the trailer?
Have not seen the trailer.
I'm talking about the eyebrows.
Oh gosh, it's so iconic. There's so many one-liners from that movie that people use all the time. Memes made from this movie. It is just so funny. Anne Hathaway ages like fine wine.
Right?
I think it's going to be a hit.
It is. I'm a huge fan of Emily Blunt. I just think she's so funny. So yes, we're all going to go see it when it comes out.
Okay, that's a good one. Well, the life of Michael Jackson will soon be told in theaters. Lionsgate releasing the official trailer for Michael, the upcoming biopic about the life and legacy of the late pop icon.
Yeah, it stars Michael's nephew, Jafar Jackson. He's portraying his uncle in this feature film debut, following his rise to fame, starting with the Jackson 5. It comes out in IMAX theaters April 24th. And he's the son, I believe, of Jermaine Jackson.
I imagine that has to be hard.
Being the nephew or taking on this role?
Taking on this role. Big
he
shoes
signed
to
up
fill.
for it.
And of course, the love and just the larger than life performer he was, but also the controversy, especially towards the end.
Yeah. He's been getting a lot of compliments for his portrayal, and especially for this being a debut. So, you know, he knew that when he took it on, right? And apparently he's killing it, so we'll see.
I love a biopic, so I definitely will watch that one. All right, Netflix is taking viewers back to Hawkins.
Okay, the streamer revealed the first teaser for Stranger Things, Tales from 85. It's an animated spin-off series of the fan favorite universe. Set in the winter of 1985, the story follows Eleven, Mike, Will, Dustin, Lucas, Max. They're all facing a new threat that is surfacing beneath the town.
The series debuts April 23rd on Netflix. I am not so much of an animated person.
Yeah.
But, you know, so many people thought that there was going to be a secret season release, and I wonder if this is kind of...
Did you think that?
I didn't really.
Yeah, I didn't
There were a
think
lot
that.
of, like, it seemed like, what do you call them? Easter eggs that hinted towards another season or something coming, and I was like, okay, that's a little fishy. But I feel like it was all wrapped up.
I love an animated flick, but I'm not going to see. I like when it's done, it's done. Don't drag it out.
Yeah, I won't be watching that, I don't think.
And I hate to say that because I love Stranger Things.
I agree.
But we're going to leave it there. Next up, we're going to dive into the big breaking stories we're working on for your most local news at 5.
And then this.
It's very common that patients don't know their cholesterol levels.
Do you know your cholesterol numbers? A lot of people don't, and it could be putting your heart at risk.
We're going to tell you why it's so important to get tested and the treatment options available to you next.
I knew that it was the best decision for me.
Don't hesitate. Call me, Dean Waite, right now.
Committed to you. This is Fox 10 News.
Let's get you caught up with what we're working on for your most local news at 5. First, an urgent search continues for a Mobile County mother and her 2 children. What 911 call transcripts from a neighbor are revealing tonight.
Yeah, plus Mobile County's top prosecutor is asking City Council for help funding his office, while local leaders say they're frustrated. And then we're highlighting a young lineman who helped restore power to Dolphin Island. We're going to have those stories and more in about 30 minutes from now on Fox 10 News at 5.
All right, let's take a look outside right now. We have partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies. These gray skies you see off into the distance, that's a sign of things to come, which will be an increase in cloud cover and ultimately some showers. And taking a look at it here, we're going to see the potential as we look into the future of having some showers in the area as we head into tomorrow morning. Now, right now, if we take a look at our current situation, you can see a little bit of light rain trying to get into the area. And that's one of the cool things about the Fox 10 weather app. You can see not only where the rain is right now, but where it's going to be in the future. We expect it to be in our area tonight. Here's a look at our satellite radar picture. We do see the rain starting to move in from the northwest, and it's just about to slide into the forecast area now. If you're thinking ahead for Mardi Gras, we do have a parade this week on Thursday. And we've got another one Friday and another one Saturday, multiple parades Saturday as well as Sunday. So order of polka dots forecast for Thursday evening. And while we've got some rain moving into the area tonight and tomorrow morning, it will be gone in time for Thursday's parade. It'll be a little chilly for this one, 49 degrees on Thursday. Here's the forecast. Morning rain tomorrow. The rain comes in tonight. It'll be with us in the morning, but by mid-morning, if not lunchtime, we should be clearing off. Temperature around 60 degrees. Noticeably chilly on Thursday. We're going to take a little step back. Highs only in the low 50s and kind of some frosty nights in here. Lows down around freezing, but not frigid. We're not seeing problems with the pipes and that kind of thing. And it looks like we're going to be back into the mid 60s on Friday. As a whole, the morning lows dipping down briefly, then they'll get back above freezing by the weekend. So we're going to be closer to normal again by the weekend. We got a little taste of some nice weather today. It will come back, should be back by Friday, but tomorrow some showers, and it does look to be a little chilly as we head into Thursday. More on that in your complete forecast coming up.
All right, this week, High-Q is back with the second round of matches. High school teams across Mobile County are battling it out in a knowledge challenge. The teams answer questions in history, math, geography, chemistry. The top 3 teams win cash for their schools and individual prizes. Cameron Taylor is this year's quiz master. Today's matches included Cottage Hill, Baker, McGill-Toolen, Satsuma, MGM, and VC Rain. McGill won the first, Satsuma the other. That competition ends in late March.
Well, according to NerdWallet, 39% of Americans do not feel confident in their financial ability to withstand a loss of income in 2026. In this Watching Your Wallet, consumer investigator Rachel DePompa takes a look at the job market and what families can do to be ready just in case.
The latest data indicates a job market that is not only unfriendly to people who are without jobs and looking for work, but also to people who would otherwise upgrade their current position. This is according to Elizabeth Renter, a senior economist with NerdWallet.
When we look at the data and see a labor market that is welcoming to workers, we see one where hiring rates and quits rates are high because there's a lot of turnover. It's fairly easy for people to find new work, to upgrade their current role to one that's a better match, has better pay, better benefits, but that isn't the case right now.
She says hiring is very lackluster and people are staying in their current jobs because they know the environment is unfriendly. Renter says when people are also worried about losing a job, it points to a lack of household financial resilience, meaning your ability to withstand unexpected job loss or bills. If this is you, she says, focus on your access to emergency savings and credit.
Always look to bolstering your emergency fund in times of uncertainty. So experts recommend you have 3 to 6 months of living expenses set aside. That's a very tall order for most people, right? But start small. Don't be afraid to start small. Set a goal for a couple $100 and then $500 and then up it to $1,000.
She says building a substantial emergency fund can take years, and that's okay as long as you're making progress along the way. She also says pay down high interest debt, make a plan to get rid of it, and stop putting new expenses on the card you're trying to pay off. With this Watching Your Wallet, I'm Rachel DePompa.
February is Heart Disease Awareness Month, and this next story is speaking to the guys out there. There's a new study revealing men's heart disease risk starts to go up years earlier than women. It starts in their mid-30s. Researchers found a gender gap emerges at age 35. Men reach the 5% mark for cardiovascular disease nearly 7 years earlier than women. Experts advise men and women to monitor their heart health in young adulthood. Regular doctor visits for those blood pressure checks, your cholesterol check too, that is all recommended.
And speaking of blood pressure, a concerning new study reveals 4 out of 5 American adults with high blood pressure don't have the condition under control. That's 80% of Americans who are putting themselves at an increased risk for heart disease and dementia. That's according to the study. Researchers analyzed people with high blood pressure using Federal Health Survey data collected between 2021 and 2023. They specifically looked at people whose blood pressure was lower than 130 systolic and 80 diastolic, which is the treatment goal set by the American Heart Association and the American College of Cardiology. Results also showed that 3 of 5, or 61% of people with uncontrolled blood pressure are not taking medication that could help lower it.
And circling back to cholesterol, there's a connection cholesterol has when it comes to the heart.
Yeah, while necessary for health, excess levels of this waxy substance in the body can restrict blood flow to the heart and cause chest pain, heart attacks, or strokes. If diet and exercise are not helping lower levels enough, medication can come in.
In your Health Minute now with Mandy Gaither, she's talking about the options.
In the U.S., nearly 25 million adults aged 20 or older have total cholesterol levels that are considered high, and about 86 million in that age group have levels classified as borderline high. But since it doesn't often come with symptoms, you can only know your numbers by getting tested.
It's very common that patients don't know their cholesterol levels.
Dr. Lakshmi Mehta with the Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center says it's critical to know your cholesterol level in order to manage it and lower risk of cardiovascular disease while adopting a heart-healthy diet low in saturated fats. Exercising, losing weight, and quitting smoking can all help. Sometimes it's not enough and medication is needed. However, slightly more than half of U.S. adults who could benefit from cholesterol medicine are actually taking it.
High levels of the cholesterol, especially the LDL cholesterol, is associated with developing plaque or blockages in your heart arteries or in your neck arteries, which can result in strokes.
Mehta says that while most patients know that statin medications are the cornerstone treatment to lower cholesterol, not everyone can take them. And she says many don't know there are other options in both pill and injectable forms for those who are statin intolerant or need an extra line of defense.
It's not just lowering the LDL number that's important. It goes beyond that. It's also that medications can stabilize plaque and slow the progression.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
New officers joining Mobile and surrounding cities. Find out how these new recruits will affect your safety. Plus, hear their advice for the next class.
Streaming them here to you on the Fox and Gulf stream.
The home of Mardi Gras coverage, Fox 10.
All right, the 2026 Mardi Gras season continues in downtown Mobile. The fun is going to pick back up Thursday night with the Order of Polka Dots at 6:30. And then on Friday, Order of Inca and Order of Chaos are going to entertain revelers at 6:30 p.m. In Baldwin County, Apollo's Mystic Ladies will roll at 6:45 in Daphne on Friday.
All right, and Shelby, you know what these parking signs mean, that yellow and gold and purple color there. No parking. Those restrictions are in effect 2 hours before, during, and after every parade. Even though additional parking has been added along Spring Hill Avenue between North Broad and North Washington Avenue, Remember, this is a no parking area and you will be towed if you're parked there. The vehicles will be taken to the temporary impound lot under the I-10 overpass on Water Street. That lot closes at 10 p.m. every parade night. And when that happens, the vehicles are moved to the permanent impound lot on Virginia Street.
Well, keep in mind, you at home, wherever you are, can keep up with all things Mardi Gras with the free Fox 10 Float Tracker app. It lets you know where the start of the parade is at any time. You'll also find parade routes, a schedule, and weather forecast. The Fox 10 Float Tracker app is available right now. Go ahead and download it. You can find it in the Apple app and Google Play stores.
All right, and if you can't make it to the parade, Fox 10 has you covered. No, I'm not about to talk about the forecast. I leave that to Jason. But I do want to show you how you can look this up if you have a Roku, Fire Stick, or Apple TV. This is really easy, how you can access all of the content you need on the Fox 10 Gulfstream. So from your Roku, because that's what we've got pulled up here, I want you to go right to the home menu. If you don't have that app already downloaded, go down and do a quick search. Now, bear with me here. I think I'm going to use the dictation here. Gulfstream. There you go. So after you do that search for the app, open it up, download it if you don't have it already downloaded. Once you do that, open the app and look at all this content that you will have available there. Not just your Mardi Gras coverage, but also our Unwritten Legend story, your forecast. I'm going to kind of scroll down here and walk you through it. There's the forecast that we have listed going up through the tab. You can see we have news. We've got previous newscasts there, your Mardi Gras coverage, because that's what we're talking about. And look at the menu there. You can see your Mardi Gras related news. You can also see information about the carnival museums we have here, past parades, all of it. Just download the Fox 10 Gulfstream, and it's really easy to do so. I just walked you through it, and we'll have all your Mardi Gras coverage for you all the way up until Fat Tuesday.
Wow, that really was easy. Thanks, Lenise. Here's what we're seeing as we take a look at the satellite radar picture here. You can see the showers back into Mississippi. This is all heading our way, so we will have some rain around possibly by mid to late evening, even in Mobile and in Pensacola. To the north and west, we're already seeing a few sprinkles out there presently, so light showers already starting to break out in northern Clark County, northern Washington County. We finished out most of the day on a partly cloudy note, but some clouds starting to build in over Mobile County now. What a beautiful day across the Panhandle. Still a little bit of daylight left. Sunset's around 5:30, but the skies are turning gray to the north and west. There's that leading edge of these light showers. If you look at our legend here, when you get into the light green, that is really just glorified sprinkles right there. When you start to get into the darker greens and yellows, you can get some moderate rain. We'll eventually see that. The Futurecast is saying it will come in later, though. It looks like between now and dinner time and then into the late evening hours, it's mainly just going to be light rain for us in the area. This is 10 o'clock right here. What we are expecting is that after midnight, a band of rain will begin to drop into the inland parts of the area that could be a little more significant. It does look very wet around 5 a.m., so early morning travel will be affected by this. You can check out the latest with meteorologist Matt Barentine on Fox 10 News tomorrow morning. That rain kicks out to the east, and as we get into the mid-morning hours, we will start to see the rain breaking up. We should clear in the afternoon tomorrow, and beyond that, a brief cold spell and then back into the mild weather. So just a little bit of a quick shot of chilly air. We will be below freezing in places on Wednesday night and most of the area on Thursday night. The nights will be a little frosty. A high of only 52 on Thursday, and then we're right back to the 60s. 65 Friday, 68 Saturday, 70 on Sunday. Polka dots on Thursday, more parades Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Great weather for that, and even into early next week. As we're getting into Mardi Gras season, we're also starting to see some milder weather. Could be back to 70 by Sunday and Monday, 71 on Tuesday.
All right, thank you, Jason. Help is on the way for Mobile Police. Nearly 24 new officers taking the oath to protect the community. Our Stephen Moody is explaining to you what this means for the department and also public safety locally.
So help me God. Congratulations, Best 79.
And with that, the city of Mobile and other cities in our area now have more than 20 new officers protecting the streets. They've spent 14 weeks training for everything from traffic stops to active shooter situations. And today was a celebration of their accomplishments.
This really helps us in our staffing. You know, as we sit right now walking out the door, we'll be sitting at 499. We have another class starting in March. Hopefully we're going to roll 20 to 22 in that one. And so things are looking positive for us as far as our recruiting and our retention.
Mobile PD says these officers will help fully staff patrol shifts, meaning faster response times when you call 911. 13 other recruits will join departments across the area, including Foley, Loxley, Summerdale, Citronelle, Saraland, Pritchard, and the Mobile County Sheriff's Office. And they're all excited about the journey.
Really, I was like, finally I'm here. That's all. We did all these burpees and all the exercises and training. I thought I'd never get here, but I'm here, so I'm feeling blessed.
You know, everything we did, there's a reason for it. All the burpees, you know, all the running, all the lessons, all the classroom stuff, it's all for a reason. And just having to buy into a system and really getting to know it is something I'm glad we got to go through as a group.
Oh, everything. It's lovely. Yeah, so it's like a family. I'd say acting as one, not just individualism, but as a unit.
And as the next recruitment class gets ready to start next month, these new officers have some advice.
Just keep chugging. It's a long process. It's stressful. It's exhausting, but it's rewarding.
Stephen Moody, Fox 10 News.
Don't wait for the next storm. Upgrade your home now with Acadian Windows.
Have you ever wondered what it takes to keep underwater worlds at the aquarium and zoo clean?
A lot of work. It involves a team of dedicated divers for sure. In Oregon, you can now chat with those workers in real time. Check it out.
Welcome to the Oregon Zoo.
Here at the zoo, water is central to life, a habitat and a playground.
Everything we're looking at here is native to the Northwest.
And to keep these underwater worlds clean,
our team is operating dives every day.
These guys are diving in.
Two divers will either be cleaning glass, they could be vacuuming, cleaning the walls of some of the algae.
Micah Reese is the Oregon Zoo's dive safety officer.
I grew up in south central Alabama, kind of landlocked and nowhere to really scuba dive.
This is a hard wire to the surface.
But now he's found his own ocean in Portland. And today he's suiting up alongside David Steinberg.
We are about to get wet.
One of the zoo's many longtime dive volunteers. Ready for the cold water, the pair drops in to the kelp forest habitat, packed with fish from the Pacific Northwest.
This is a 16,000 gallon tank. The depth of it is about 23 feet. Be doing your work, and then if you look to your right, you will have a rockfish usually staring at you or observing you and watching. They're very curious. They're much like cats.
And today we're all tuning in as the divers test out a brand new way to talk with visitors from underwater. David, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Thanks to a generous donation from David,
this is the first interpretive dive where I can talk to the public.
The zoo now has a communication system that lets divers speak with guests.
Hi. Hi there.
Turning silent observation
What is that orange fish?
into conversation.
The orange one is a rockfish.
How many fish in there?
30 or more. I had an idea about utilizing underwater communication systems, and that really super excited me for the ability to talk to the public like we're doing now.
Hi.
Hi there. What's your name?
David.
Hi, David. I am David too.
And we can educate them and hopefully inspire the next generation of scuba divers and conservationists.
Do you want to tell them your favorite animal? Giraffe.
That's a fun one.
We watch kids wave with wide-eyed wonder while mom settles the score in a silent game of rock, paper, scissors.
How many dives have you done?
This is my 501 dive. I get to go in the water basically every week. You don't know which tank you're going to be in until you get here.
Even Nora the polar bear is intrigued.
She's really into dive equipment, so anytime we have dive equipment, she's like ready to it looks like she's ready to go diving with us.
From deep dives to underwater chats,
We're heading up, Bonnie.
this team cares for the creatures behind the glass, helping to share their world with ours.
This is David and Micah signing off.